What if your breath was more than the body's need for air? What if it is the very rhythm that connects you to the whole of life? There is a profound insight that clarifies why you may feel motionless despite all your efforts to grow. It is a simple truth that reveals why merely changing your thoughts is not enough. The moment you grasp what is happening within you, breathing is no longer for survival. It becomes an act of shaping your own experience. Everything is transformed. Now, here is the depth of this insight. Most will draw many thousands of breaths each day without any awareness. They move through their lives, mind filled with the next thing, replaying past words, feeling the currents of the world. And yet they do not ask why their outer world is a mirror to their inner turmoil. They seek to mend their situation instead of changing the source from which it arises. They react to life's challenges with emotion, which only deepens the old patterns. They do not sense that their breath sends out ripples, like a stone cast into a still pond, touching all those who are near. This is precisely why just thinking in new ways often falls short. Yet, a fundamental principle of existence can change your path. When you see that each breath creates an energy field that can either nurture or diminish the life you seek, you cease to battle your world. You begin to cultivate your reality from deep within. I will share a simple, yet powerful practice to guide you. It is a path that turns reaction into conscious creation, and we will explore a point of stillness, a silent pause that makes this a natural part of you. In this way, you become the calm heart that brings harmony to your world, rather than being carried away by its currents. Every breath taken in unawareness is a moment lost, an opportunity to gently reshape your life. And thousands of such moments are let go of each day. When you entered this world, you did not think yourself into being. You took a breath. Your very first action was not an idea or a word. It was the simple drawing in of air. Your spirit connected to this physical form, not through the intellect, but through the profound, quiet rhythm of your own breathing. In that first moment, you knew a truth that has since become clouded. The breath is the gentle bridge between the person you are now and the one you are becoming. Yet, somewhere on our journey, we learn to breathe from a place of hurry and tension, forgetting the sacred beings that we are. We began breathing for existence, not from our soul's depth. Take a single moment, just now, to feel your own breath. Where does it arise from? If you are like so many, it may feel high in your chest, shallow and rushed. This is the breath of a body simply functioning. It keeps the physical form alive, but can leave the spirit feeling unnourished. Wisdom keepers from across the ages understood a truth we have largely misplaced. In traditions spanning the globe, the breath was seen as something far greater than biology. They perceived it as the sacred current flowing between what is seen and what is unseen, between the physical self and the spirit, between our human form and the vastness of life. In these paths of wisdom, conscious breathing was never just an exercise. It was a doorway. Ancient teachings suggest that each conscious breath has the power to open different states of awareness. The great yogas saw that breath could shift not only your inner calm, but also the way life flows around you. They were not speaking in poetic terms. They understood that when you breathe with intention, you are not merely pulling air into the body. You are guiding life's energy through your entire being. Consider this. Every emotion you have ever known, every choice made, every moment of clear understanding or of fog has been paired with a unique way of breathing. When you feel anxious, the breath is rapid and shallow. When you are at peace, it naturally settles, becoming slow and deep. Your breathing is not just a reflection of how you feel. It is an active part of creating that feeling. The difference between unconscious breathing and sacred breathing is awareness. The first happens to you. The second flows through you, with you as a willing partner, in the dance between your inner state and the living world around you. When you start to breathe with gentle purpose, with presence, with gratitude for this simple act, something quietly profound begins. You are no longer just a passive receiver of life. You become an active participant in its unfolding. This is how the breath becomes sacred, because every inhale and exhale from that quiet space is no longer just keeping you alive. It is bringing you into alignment. Let us explore an insight that can gently change your entire perspective. You may think you are your thoughts, but in reality, you are a prisoner to their ceaseless flow. Most of us pass through life identifying with this internal voice. We wake, and at once, the inner conversation begins. What must be done? Am I late? I hope they approved of me. And we believe this voice is who we are. But what if that is not the whole truth? Right now, as you hear these words, simply do this. Bring your attention back to your breath. But this time, do not try to alter it. Simply watch it. Feel the air as it enters, fills the lungs, and then gently departs. As you continue this, something remarkable is occurring. You are becoming the silent watcher of your breath, not just the one who is breathing. Now, while observing the breath, notice what your mind is doing. It may offer judgments. This is foolish. Or, am I doing this correctly? Or, how much longer? And here lies the beautiful insight. If you can perceive those thoughts, if you are aware of them as they arise and fade, then you cannot be them. You must be the one who is watching. This is the gentle awakening of the observer, the part of you that resides in stillness, behind the unending river of the mind. Think of it this way. You are sitting on the bank of a great river. The current is the flow of your thoughts. Sometimes it is calm and slow. At other times, it is a rushing torrent. But you, the true you, are the one sitting on the bank, observing it all. You are not the river. You are the awareness that perceives it. In ancient traditions, the metaphor of the sky and clouds was often used. Your thoughts are like the clouds, drifting through the great, open expanse of your consciousness. Some clouds are dark and heavy, carrying worry and doubt. Others are light and bright with joy and hope. But notice the sky itself is never disturbed. It remains vast, open, and untouched, whether the day is stormy or clear. This awareness, this observer, is your true nature. It is the part of you that has been here since your first breath and will remain until your last. It is the silent witness, the quiet presence that has watched your entire life take place. The part of your mind that chatters endlessly wants you to believe it is in charge. It spins stories about you, about what you need to do, about what others think. It lives either in the memory of the past or the worry for the future, but the observer exists only in this moment, the pure now, where all your real power is found. When you start to identify more with this observer and less with the river of thought, a profound change happens. You cease to be reactive. You become responsive. Instead of being carried away by every emotion, you can watch it rise, feel its presence, and then choose your path. This is where true freedom is discovered. The breath becomes your anchor, the simple tool that returns you to this observer consciousness. Each time you bring your attention back to the breath, you are coming home to your true self. You are stepping out of the story of your thoughts and into the peaceful reality of awareness. This is more than a spiritual idea. It is a mirror to the laws of existence. In the world of form, the act of observing changes what is being observed. By becoming a conscious observer of your own inner world, you gain the ability to influence your outer world. Have you not known moments when time itself seemed to pause? Perhaps in a moment of great challenge, or in the stillness of deep connection. There is a silent space hidden in your own breath, a window where you can realign your reality. But most people pass by it unaware. Those moments you recall, when time felt different, were not by chance. They were glimpses into what is possible when you slip into the quiet gap between your thoughts, between the beats of your heart, between your breaths. In that silent pause, you touch something eternal, a space outside the normal current of time. You found the gateway of stillness. Take a breath now, but this time, attend not just to the inflow and the outflow, but to what happens between them. There is a moment, brief yet full of depth, where all is still. Your lungs have received the air, but the exhale has not yet begun. And at the bottom of the breath, another pause exists before the next cycle starts. These are not empty spaces. They are sacred thresholds. Ancient seekers of wisdom understood this. They learned to consciously enter these gaps. They saw it as dwelling in the silent heart of creation, the space where potential rests before it takes form. These were not just exercises in breathing. They were trainings in accessing the field of infinite possibility that resides in every moment of calm. The ancients knew what the laws of nature are now revealing to us. In the space between one state and the next, something new can arise. It is like the silence between the notes of a master's song. Without these pauses, music becomes noise. In your life, this same pause creates harmony. In this sacred pause, something remarkable unfolds. Your usual internal commentary softens and falls away. The endless stream of should, must, and need becomes quiet. In that quietude, your deepest intention can become clear. Not the hurried wanting of the ego, but the peaceful knowing of your deeper self. It is here that your heartfelt desires stop being mere wishes and become gentle instructions to the flow of life. Think of this stillness as the nurturing dark of the soil. Just as a seed must grow in quiet darkness before it reaches the sun, your true intentions need this sacred space to take root. Wise traditions have called this the eye of the needle, a small opening through which boundless possibilities can pass to become manifest. Most people hurry past these gateways. They breathe without thought, their minds ever busy, always moving to what is next. But when you learn to rest in this pause, when you become at peace in the space between what was and what will be, you find the place where all true strength lies. This is not about force or holding your breath. It is about learning to be present with the natural, peaceful rhythm of your being. And in that presence, you touch the meeting place of intention and infinite possibility. In this pause of stillness, you are not trying to control life. You are entering into communion with it. But finding this space is just the first step. There is a deeper wisdom waiting to be awakened within. Your body carries a deep intelligence, sending messages you may have overlooked, and these unheard whispers can obstruct the very flow of energy you wish to cultivate. This deeper awakening is not found by striving higher or thinking more complex thoughts. It is discovered by journeying inward, from the busy mind into the quiet, sacred landscape of your body. Just as ancient cultures built great temples to connect with the divine, you can learn to inhabit your own inner temple. This temple is not built of wood or stone, but of conscious breath and awareness. Bring to mind the great sacred places of the world, the serene gardens, the quiet temples where people have sought to touch something larger than themselves. These were not constructed without thought. Each pillar was placed with care, each space designed to welcome and amplify a peaceful energy. Your body is the same. It is already a sacred space. Most of us have simply forgotten how to dwell in it with awareness. Ancient wisdom traditions held this understanding. They mapped the human form as a living temple, with energy centers that were like different chambers of consciousness. They knew that the breath was the gentle key that could open each room, revealing not only a sense of the divine within, but also the stories and patterns stored in the body's memory. As you begin to breathe with more awareness, you may start to notice certain things. Some parts of your body might feel tense or unavailable. Your shoulders might carry the heaviness of responsibilities held for many years. Your chest may feel shielded, protecting a heart that learned to close itself. Your stomach may hold knots of old fears about what is to come. Or your throat might feel tight with words that were never spoken. These are not simply physical feelings. They are stories held in the body. That tightness in the chest could be unresolved sorrow. The tension in your shoulders might be from carrying burdens that were not yours. And here is the beautiful truth about conscious breathing. It does not just show you these patterns, it helps them soften and release. Each conscious breath is like a gentle light, clearing away old dust, opening pathways, and restoring the natural current of energy that wishes to flow through you. Imagine traveling with your breath, slowly and gently, through your inner temple. As you breathe into your chest, you visit the chamber of the heart, the place of love and deep connection. As your breath moves into your belly, you enter the chamber of core strength and intuition, where your deepest knowing resides. With each breath, you are not just looking at these spaces, you are purifying them, bringing a gentle presence to them, reclaiming them as your own. Wise builders aligned their temples with the great energies of the earth and sky, creating structures that could channel these forces. Through conscious breathing, you do the same with your body. You align your own inner structure with the higher harmony of peace, love, and life, creating power. This journey is not about trying to perfect or change your body. It is about learning to live in it completely, to honor the deep wisdom it holds, and to gently clear the energetic blockages that prevent your fullest, most authentic expression. When you learn to inhabit your inner temple, something remarkable begins to happen to the world around you. The quality of your breath creates an energy that extends beyond your skin, meaning you are quietly influencing those around you in this very moment. This is not a poetic idea. It is a subtle, measurable reality. Wisdom from various traditions, now echoed by modern inquiry, has shown that our inner state radiates outwards, and this field of energy changes powerfully depending on how you breathe. When your breathing is agitated or tense, your presence can broadcast that same energy into a room. But when your breathing becomes harmonious, deep, and intentional, your very presence becomes a source of calm that others can feel. Think of your own energy field like the surface of a still pond. When you breathe from a place of hurry or anxiety, you are like someone thrashing in the water, sending out disruptive waves that trouble everything nearby. But when you breathe from that quiet center we have been cultivating, you become like a great mountain reflected on the pond's still surface, grounded, unshakable, and powerfully peaceful. Have you not walked into a space and felt a sense of ease or disquiet before any words were spoken? Have you not known people who seem to carry calm with them, while others seem to bring only turmoil? This is not a trick of the mind. It is the palpable effect of our inner state. We are always sending signals through the rhythm of our breath, and others receive these signals, whether they know it or not. You can see this truth clearly in the presence of a child. They do not yet filter the world through intellect, so they respond directly to the energy we radiate. When a parent breathes with tension, a child may become unsettled without knowing why. When that same parent takes a few mindful breaths, grounding themselves in their center, the child often settles as if by magic. This influence extends to every meeting, every conversation. When you breathe with awareness before a difficult talk, you are not only centering yourself, you are creating a field of calm that can hold whatever needs to be shared. When you enter your place of work centered in your breath, you are gently influencing the entire atmosphere, making space for clearer thought and deeper connection. The profound beauty of understanding this is that it shows you how deeply we are all connected. You are not a solitary being struggling to better your own life. You are a part of a vast web of awareness, and every single breath you take with presence adds to the harmony and possibility for everyone. But this influence is not something to be managed or controlled. It is a natural result of aligning your own inner temple. This field responds to what is real, not what is performed. When you breathe from a genuine place of presence and calm, that truth radiates outward, without any effort from you. This is why ancient teachers often said that an awakened one can serve the world simply by their way of being. They knew that consciousness itself is infectious, that peace is magnetic, and that a single person breathing from their true center can shift the feeling of an entire gathering. You have taken a great journey without leaving your seat, not across any land, but through the deep layers of yourself, through rhythm, through stillness, through quiet observation. The wisest souls in history understood one thing that many of us were never taught: how to access immense strength through absolute stillness. And in that journey, moving through the layers of yourself, you have found a truth our hurried world prefers to ignore. the most powerful action you can take is often no action at all. We are part of a culture that celebrates doing, that teaches us that more effort brings more reward, that keeps us forever rushing toward the next objective. But the flow of life, the field of creation that responds to you, operates by a very different principle. This field does not respond to how hard you push. It responds to how aligned you are. It is not moved by your busy schedule. It is moved by your state of being, by your inner harmony. And the most harmonious state of all is stillness, not the stillness of defeat or emptiness, but the powerful, living stillness of a great mountain. Consider a mountain for a moment. It seems to do nothing, yet it possesses immense power. It does not fight against the storm, it simply allows it to pass. It does not pursue the sun, it simply receives its light. Rivers part around it, seasons unfold upon it. All the while, it remains rooted in its own unwavering presence. This is the kind of stillness that can gently shift your world. When you learn to breathe into this mountain, like quiet within you, something profound occurs. Life begins to harmonize with you, rather than against you. Possibilities you could not have forced begin to appear in your path. People who can aid your journey seem to meet you at the perfect time. Answers to questions you have struggled with arrive with sudden clarity. This is not magic. It is a law of nature. When you are in a state of stillness and harmony, you no longer send out chaotic signals of wanting, striving, or fighting. Instead, you emanate the clear presence of trust, openness, and alignment. The flow of life responds to this clarity, arranging events to match your state. Think of the very center of a hurricane. All around it, there is immense turmoil and force. Yet, at its core, there is perfect calm, absolute stillness. And from that still point, the entire system is organized. You can cultivate this same stillness within yourself. Not the stillness of one who has surrendered, but the stillness of one who has become the peaceful, organizing center of their own existence. The distinction between force and alignment becomes clear in this quiet space. Force attempts to bend the outer world to match our inner desires. Alignment allows inner peace to attract outer harmony. Force is exhausting, for you are swimming against the river's current. Alignment is effortless, because you are flowing with life itself. When you breathe with awareness, when you rest in that silent pause, when you inhabit your inner temple fully, you are not trying to make things happen. You are allowing them to unfold through you. You become a clear channel for the intelligence of life to express itself. This does not mean you become passive. True stillness is intensely alive and aware. It is the stillness of a master archer at the moment, just before the arrow is released. Fully present, completely focused and ready. From this place, your actions become effortless and true, for they arise from deep alignment rather than effort. Now, as you move from this place of reflection, take this rhythm with you. And as you return not to who you were, but to who you have always been. Beneath all the noise, the breath led you here, and now it shows you a final truth. Stillness is not the absence of power. Stillness is power itself. You have journeyed into the sacred nature of your breath, realizing that the thousands of breaths you take each day are not merely for the body, but are chances for conscious creation. You have awakened the observer within, that peaceful, eternal part of you that watches your thoughts like clouds crossing a wide, open sky. In the sacred pause between breaths, you found the silent doorway where true intention is born. By building your inner temple, you have learned that your body is a living sanctuary, holding the stories of your life and offering the path to healing. You have seen that your breath creates a field of energy around you, making you a constant presence of either peace or turmoil for all you meet. And at last, you have touched the profound truth that the greatest power is often found in deep stillness. The dynamic stillness that allows life to arrange itself around you in harmony, rather than being bent to your will. There will be times when the world's currents pull you away, when emotion colors your view, when the mind begins to spin. In these moments, know that the most direct path home is a single breath. 3 conscious breaths can return you to the observer. 1 intentional pause can reconnect you to the creative field. A single moment of quiet stillness can restore your inner temple. This is not a path of perfection. It is a path of returning. Each time you remember to breathe with awareness, you are not just improving your moment. You are reshaping your life from the inside out. You become a living example that our consciousness, not our circumstance, is the true creative force. Now, as you go forth, carry this rhythm with you. Let your breath be your guide. Let stillness be your strength. Let your own deep awareness walk with you in every action, every word, and every quiet pause. So, breathe. Not simply to survive, but to remember. Not to escape, but to embody. Not to control, but to create. The breath is the key. You are the doorway. Gently step through.